click to share on WhatsApp, opens in new window, click to share on Facebook, opens in new window, click to share on Twitter, opens in new window. The new Premier League season is looming, which means it's time to seriously start thinking about your fantasy football team. And while every fantasy manager wants to pick the best players for their team, the reality is that a strict transfer budget means you sometimes need to find a bargain or two to balance your squad. Forwards are the bread and butter when it comes to raking in the points in fantasy football, which is probably why they're the most expensive players on Dream Team this season. Romelu Lukaku, Alexis Sanchez, Harry Kane. We want them all. But that's not really how it works, is it? Don't worry, here's a hand list of our favorite bargain strikers on this season's game, guaranteed to bring home the goals but not break the bank. A lot's happened to Jay Rodriguez in the last couple of years. Want to play fantasy football? Sign up here. Once considered one of the most exciting English forwards around, a couple of lengthy injuries and a lack of game time has somewhat stunted the former Burnley man's rise. But a £15 million move from Southampton to West Brom this summer could be exactly what the doctor ordered. And he's already got things going, scoring a stunning first goal for the Baggies in a pre-season friendly against Leicester. We reckon he could return to his very best at the Hawthorns this season, and priced at just £2.0 million on Dream Team, he could prove to be an absolute bargain. Callum Wilson is another English striker who's seen more of the medical room than the pitch over the last couple of years. And that's been a great shame, as he was Bournemouth's main man during their championship-winning season. 2 lengthy injuries since have left him on the peripherals at Dean Court, where he'll have the likes of Jermaine Defoe, Josh King and Benica Fobe to compete with this season. Still, if he remains injury-free, Wilson could be a good source of goals for only £2.0 million. It's weird to think that a couple of seasons ago, the Marcus Rashford vs Kelechi Iheanacho debate was actually a thing. While Rashford continued to impress for Man United last season, Iheanacho has found himself very much out of favour in Pep Guardiola's City side. The Nigerian started only 5 times for the Citizens last term, with Leicester, West Ham and Southampton all heavily linked with the youngster this summer. If one of them do manage to sign the 20-year-old, then they could have a very useful goal scorer in their ranks. Iheanacho notched 14 goals in all competitions during his breakout season with City, and his best is still yet to come. Charlie Austin didn't get a fair crack under Claude Puel last season, but maybe new Southampton boss Mauricio Pellegrino will give him more of a chance. Because on his day, Austin can be one of the Premier League's deadliest strikers. The 28-year-old has scored bucket loads for every club he's played at, be it Kintbury Rangers in the 9th tier of English football or QPR during their spell in the top flight. Priced at just £2.5 million, Austin could be worth your small change this season. Rooney's 13-year spell at Man United ended this summer with a return to his boyhood club Everton. And with the Toffees allowing Romelu Lukaku to head in the other direction, Rooney could get some serious game time as a striker, no less. While we can all agree that the 31-year-old's legs are a bit gone, England's record goal scorer still knows where the net is. Just look at this during pre-season. It seems enough of you are already convinced, with more Dream Team players picking Rooney, 20.2%, than Alexis Sanchez on this season's game so far. The setup for Dream Team is rather simple. As a manager you get a budget of £50 million to spend on your team of 11 players. Game weeks will run from Friday to Thursday this season, and you'll be allowed to transfer out players who have already played in that game week. Each manager gets a maximum of 3 transfers a month, so it's important to pay attention to upcoming fixtures. And if the incentive of beating your mates in our mini-league system isn't enough, there's a whopping £750,000 prize pot at stake too. Keep up to date with all the latest fantasy football news ahead of next season with our Fantasy Football Live blog and sign up to play below.